Hey guys, welcome back to Tech IVP channel. Hope everyone is fit and fine in year 2025. So guys, today we are going to discuss about the some of the interview questions about the Katalon Studio. So let's start. So first question is, what is Katalon Studio and what are the key features? So Katalon Studio is all-in-one automation testing tool which support web, mobile, API and desktop applications for the testing perspective. And the key feature, if I talk about, then key feature is built-in keyword library, data-driven testing, support for scripting with a Groovy as well as Java, integration with the CI/CD tools, cross-platform testing capability, smart weight, and handling dynamic elements. Okay. Next question: how does Katalon Studio differ from Selenium? So this is a really very interesting question, guys. So most of the time in the interview, in the Katalon Studio interview, most of the time this question is asked by the interviewer. So you have to answer very smartly. So first difference is that Katalon Studio is a complete testing solution with built-in feature like reporting, object repository and keyword-driven testing. While Selenium, being a library, require extensive support for the test management, reporting and framework development. While Katalon support non-programmer through its UI interface and predefined keywords. Meanwhile, Selenium, if someone have no knowledge about the programming stuff, then it's not possible to build an automation framework in the Selenium by a non-programmer person. But in the Katalon Studio, it's possible. So Katalon Studio is ideal for the team looking for a ready-to-use, low-code automation solution with the minimal setup. And Selenium preferred by the team with the advanced coding expertise. If you have to work with the Selenium, then you have to be expertise with the coding like Java, Python, Selenium, C#, Ruby, any preferred language. Okay. So here I'm also highlighted some difference between Katalon Studio and the Selenium. So you have to just read out and note down your notebook. Next question: what type of testing can be performed using Katalon Studio? So using the Katalon Studio, we can perform functional testing, regression testing, API testing, mobile testing, web testing, and data-driven as well as cross-browser testing. Okay. Next question: how do you integrate Katalon Studio with CI/CD tools like Jenkins or Git? So in that case, guys, we have to install plugins in the Jenkins. After that, we have to run some commands in the build pipeline. The command is katalon space hyphen no splash space hyphen run mode equals to console space hyphen project path equals to, again you have to provide the project path where your project is kept in your local drive or in your server. After that, use a git to merge version control by syncing test case and configuration. But in later video, I will show you how you have to integrate with the Jenkins or Git. So for this one, guys, please subscribe so you got the notification once I have to build a class for you about the integration testing, integration process. Next question: how would you implement data-driven framework in the Katalon Studio? So data-driven framework is a framework in which we have to use data files in the Katalon Studio, and data file is in the form of Excel, CSV and database. You have to directly communicate with the Excel, CSV and the database. After that, link the data file to the test case and parameterize test setup using the variable bindings. Variable I will explain you in the next tutorial how you have to pass the variables. What are the global variables, what are the local variables, I will present you in the next tutorial. Okay. So next question is, what are custom keyword in the Katalon Studio and how do you create and use them? So custom keywords are usable method for specific action. So you have to just right click on the keywords, then click on the new and then keywords. After that, you have to use Groovy code to desire functionality what you want, but there is a condition. You have to use always custom keyword as a prefix once you are going to build any keyword. then you have to use a custom keywords as a prefix. Okay. Next question, explain how Katalon Studio handle API testing. So API is basically a form of testing where we have no UI level. We have to just validate data and status code. So in that case, we have to create a request using the web service tool. After that, we have to provide authentication header and body if required, and also provide the assertion to validate the status code and response. Okay. Next question, how do you handle dynamic element in the Katalon Studio? So handling dynamic elements, we have two mechanisms. First one is use dynamic test object. It is a class in the Katalon Studio. Dynamic test object allow us to programmatically define and modify the object property during the runtime. And how we have to create, use a test object class to create object dynamically, define its properties such as XPath and CSS selector. In previous video, guys, I was already discussed about the locator, what are the different types of locator used. So XPath is a kind of a locator and CSS selector is also kind of a locator through which we can interact with the web element. So there is a example how we have to create. Firstly, we have to create a test object class and provide the reference name dynamic test object. After that, we have to provide the XPath. See here, we have to provide the XPath. After that, we have to set the property and its condition is equal to or not. And after that, we have to click on the specific item. It might be your button, it might be your checkbox, it might be your radio button. So after that, you have to perform action and you have to also interact with the dynamic object. Okay. So next question, next one is next mechanism. You can also modify your XPath and CSS selector by including dynamic property. In that case, we have also two mechanisms. You have to done manually or you have to done using the script. If you want to done manually, then you have to just right click on the locator. Locator means in the object repository the specific locator, and after that in the Katalon Studio it will show you the XPath and CSS selector. Okay, so use wildcard selector we can in this one, as well as we have to use a contain and the start with function to dynamically handle the elements. Okay, next question, what are testing a web application with multiple environment? How would you manage environment specific configuration in the Katalon Studio? So for this one we need to guys use profiles. In the profile we can handle multiple environment. In next tutorial I will definitely explain you how you have to manage profiles, how you have to build a profile, and how you have to build a dynamic variables which is frequently used in every test case. Also a credential you have to be managing the profile, and after that you have to switch profile dynamically during the test execution. Next question, if a test fail intermittently in the Katalon Studio, how would you debug and resolve it? So in that case guys, simple answer, firstly we have to analyze the logs, then screenshots, and we'll do the RCA. After that we have to implement retry logic in the test case, and after that we have to use verify and stability of the element locator and added appropriate weight. So in the third point, basically if your test case goes to be fail again and again, then firstly you have to check your locator, your XPath CSS selector is correct as per the web portal or not. After that, if it's correct, then you have to provide the wait mechanism also. Okay. Next question, how would you schedule automated test execution in the Katalon Studio? So guys, this one is a really lengthy topic. So in the next tutorial I will cover this one, how we have to integrate the Jenkins and the GitHub using the Katalon CLI commands. But for the timing, you have to just take a look here. So firstly I have to right click, I have to expand test ops. In the test ops we have three options: test runner, test run type, and the release. Once you have to click on the test run, then all the tests you have to execute in your past then all will be displayed here. Okay, after that, once you have to right click on this one and directly click on the test ops, then it will be redirecting to the test ops website, and you have to start creating the release as well as manage the release. But this one is actual screenshot. Okay, so you have to, once you have to click on the create, then it will be navigate to the analytics, and after that you have to schedule your runner from this one. But it's guys really lengthy topic. In upcoming tutorials I will definitely explain you how we have to manage the schedule runner, how we have to run our test cases on the specific time period. Okay, so for this one guys, please subscribe channel firstly. Okay, it's really requested you. Okay, so the next question, how would you write a custom verification method in the Katalon Studio using the Groovy? It's not a necessary you have to write the Groovy. In the Katalon Studio we have flexibility, we can use Java, but let's see in the Groovy. So here we are using the @ keyword annotation, and after that we have to use a if condition. So if is a condition in which we have to provide actual and expected string, what we require and what should be happen. After that we have to use a log info. Okay, and in the else part we have to mark if our test case goes to a fail. Title is not matching, your text error message is not matching. Okay, next question, explain how you handle exception and error in the test scripts. So it's a really simple question. So in that case, simple answer you have to provide, we can use try catch block, and in the log detail error message and take screenshot for the debugging perspective. Okay, next question, how do you collaborate with developer and other team members using Katalon Studio? So in that case we have to use Git for the version control and share and merge changes, conduct regular review of the test case and script, share report and metrics through the test ops or the Jira integration. Okay, next question, what challenge you have faced while using Katalon Studio in your project and how did you overcome them? So first challenge is always handling dynamic web element. It's a really challenging one. Frequently elements are changed by the UI developer, so it's really tedious task for a QA engineer to handle all the things. So in that case we can use POM. POM is a page object model. You can also apply here POM. Okay, in next tutorial I will show you how you have to apply POM, how we have to be specifically in the specific folder we can kept all the locator, how we have to be manipulate as per our requirement. Okay, how we have to provide the specific condition for the dynamic element. Okay, so for this one we can use also XPath and CSS selector checking. Okay, test script execution time we have to check. Also we have to check the locator, optimize our locator. So all these challenges and solution. So hope all of you guys, it's helpful video for you. Please subscribe to get more updated video about the Katalon Studio. Thank you. Have a nice day.